Dear viewers of the Tom Photo channel, if you are in search of a modern flash that's easy to use and convenient to carry, you've come to the right place because my topic today is Godox TT520III flash. This flash was given to me as a gift so that I could do this review. Let me immediately mention that it comes with a radio transmitter that allows you to fire the flash from a distance. For me, this is its greatest selling point because you will soon discover that, of all places, why would you attach the flash to your camera if you have the freedom to put it anywhere? In addition to the flash itself, the package also contains a radio transmitter, carrying bag, support pad, cleaning cloth, and a manual. I would say that the flash is well built. It feels very adequate, normal in every way, very similar to my other flashes. The flash has a metal hot shoe connector. You can turn the flash's head in all directions, but it will not zoom like upper level flashes. It is supposed to be an easy to carry flash. It is lighter than some other flashes, maybe a little bit smaller in size too, but with the batteries it still gets close to 400 grams. However, if you put it next to my newer flash and my premium Godox flash, I'd say that it does not look that much smaller. These flashes are still roughly similar in size, and that came as a surprise to me. The Godox TT520III has dimensions of 18.2 x 7.4 x 7.2 centimeters. If you want an ultra tiny flash, then please check out my Zenico flash review. These tiny flashes will likely amaze you. Check out the link to this video below and my other flash photography videos too, including an introduction to flash photography and how to protect your camera from a retro flash. Yes, a retro flash can damage your camera. But let's get back to our Godox. The flash has a universal hot shoe and is fully manual. So indeed you will need to choose the flash strength using the buttons, and you cannot use TTL or through the lens metering. I never miss this with flashes because in my hands TTL rarely gets it right. Manual flashes are really okay. The flash uses 4 AA batteries. This is very common practice. If you use flash often, I recommend that you get rechargeable batteries. This will save you money. The flash has a built-in diffuser and reflector. Both are nice to have. They slide out of the flash handy as you need them. You need the diffuser for wide-angle lenses and the reflector when you use a bouncing flash but still want to direct it a bit more in a certain direction. There are 2 ports on the flash behind a small door. One is a sync input port to trigger the flash via a sync cable, and the other is an external power port. As a beginner, don't pay much attention to either of those. I really like how intuitive this flash is to use. Turn it on and you're presented with 2 options, mode and strength. The mode button will toggle between manual S1 and S2. S1 will turn the flash into an optical slave. It will go off when it sees another flash. The S2 mode is an optical slave mode that ignores pre-flashes. The radio trigger is turned on and off by holding the flash's mode button for 2 seconds. The trigger should easily work over a 20-meter distance. The radio trigger gives you lots of creative freedom. You can change the flash strength between 1 and 1/128. On top of that, you can increment it in 1/3 steps. This is something even some more advanced flashes do not offer. And then of course, you got your flash test button. The guide number of the flash is 33 at ISO 100. The guide number is essentially a measure of the flash's light output. A higher guide number means the flash can produce more light, allowing you to photograph subjects farther away or use a smaller aperture. The guide number is calculated by multiplying the flash to subject distance by the aperture, f number, used for a correctly exposed image. The formula is guide number equals distance by aperture. So if you know the distance to your subject and the flash's guide number, you can calculate the required aperture by dividing the guide number by the distance. Similarly, you can calculate distance. The guide number 33 may seem like it's on the weaker side because my Godox V860-2F, for example, has a guide number of 60. However, it is not the purpose of the TT520III to be the most powerful flash in the world. It needs to be easy to use and practical. But let's see what that means in real life. I photographed these trees in the dark at ISO 200 and f-stop 2.8, shutter speed 1/125, using a 35mm lens in front of my Fuji X-T30. The flash was at full power. The closest trees are 9 meters from the camera. The illumination is quite good. Note that I could have used a smaller f-stop and higher ISO to make the trees much brighter. The photo on the right is the same photo taken with the same settings, but this time with my Neewer Speedlite 752 flash, and also at full power. I used a flash zoom of 18mm, at which the estimated guide number should be around 49. The differences between these two images are quite small, I think you'll agree. The photo on the left was with a straight-on flash. The one on the right was with a ceiling bounce. But I turned the flash even slightly behind me, so that part of the bounce came not only from the ceiling, but also from the back wall. Let's also test the reflector. I raised the reflector and shoot the flash in an upright position. Here are photos taken with a straight flash, the flash pointing directly to the ceiling, and then with the reflector raised additionally. You can decide which one of these photos you like the most. This picture shows how the flash falls off as you decrease the flash strength. For these experiments, all other camera settings were held constant. I used ISO 160, shutter speed 1/125 and f-stop 4, and I varied the flash strength and used a bouncing flash. My lens was a 12mm Samyang. In case you want to see how it compares with a straight-on flash, here is the comparison. The biggest difference is the reflection from the mirror that you get when shooting with the flash directly. Let's measure how even the flash is by photographing a white wall 1 meter away from the camera and using my 12mm Samyang lens to make it very difficult for the flash to illuminate such a wide view evenly. This is the Godox photo. I'm using my own software to measure how even the flash is. Please check out a link to it in the text under the video. You see that it has a horizontal brighter area going through the middle. The corners are calculated to be 56% darker than the center, but this is a very demanding shot and the flash is expected to struggle. We can do the same exercise with my Neewer Speedlite 752 for comparison. Without the diffuser, the Neewer is struggling as well, but a little differently than the Godox. I used 18mm zoom with the Neewer. You see the Neewer has a zoom function too. The corners are now 62% darker than the center. Let's repeat these measurements with a diffuser, and this is what we're getting. This is certainly better for both flashes. The light is much more even. Now the corners are 51% darker than the center for both flashes. Some differences in the shape of the illuminated area remain. So the diffuser helps with both flashes. These photos are taken with the Godox with the diffuser on and off, with all settings identical. The diffuser can help a little bit indeed. We should also determine what the sync speed of the Godox flash is. Let's photograph this painting with different shutter speeds. The Fuji X-T30 shutter mechanism was using a front curtain flash. By trying many shutter speeds, the fastest good shutter speed was 1/250. You see how the image starts to get clipped away at higher shutter speeds. The color temperature of the flash seems to be that of a typical overcast day. I'm not detecting anything unusual here. I always like to measure flash trigger voltage with my multimeter. In another video that is linked below, I talk about this in detail. The trigger voltage was just over 2.8 volts, which is nice and low, like you'd expect from a modern flash. This is safe with every normal camera. Finally, let's test the radio controller to set off the flash from a distance. You attach the controller to your camera, turn it on by holding down the flash's mode button for 2 seconds until the little radio icon comes on. Then switch the mode to M. The flash has a support pad that allows you to put the flash on any flat surface. Also, you could attach this to a tripod. In practice, you can go to at least 20 meters from the flash to set it off. This is cool because you can now use a flash coming from the side, or you could hide the flash somewhere where nobody can guess where it is. put the flash inside a car and photograph from the outside, to give you just one creative example. So there you have it. The Godox TT520III is certainly a nice flash, and I hear that it is well priced too. You'll like its solid design, wireless transmitter, bounce head with diffuser and reflector, fast recycle time of 1.8 seconds, and flash count of about 400 per one nickel rechargeable battery set. The limitations include a relatively low guide number and wireless range a bit shorter than in premium flashes. You need to judge if these limitations are a problem for you. They are not a problem for me. I give my honorary mention to the flash's display, which is clean, clear, and simple. And I love simplicity because it means practicality. Overall, this flash certainly comes recommended. In case you want to buy the Godox T520III, I put some links for you under the video. Thanks so much for watching and maybe also subscribing and liking. Enjoy your flash photography. It's a lot of fun. See you soon. Goodbye.